With an 0-3 record in the group so far, our Protoss player to the bottom left starts in red. His idea is
Liquid Hero.
Hero just having a rough day. Now up against somebody who was having a rough day but turned things around in his final match. The one previous to this one. He is
MVP King.
Playing great on Neoplanet S, showing excellent turn versus Zerg play, great map awareness, good sensor tower placement, also good scans. And he could manage to get himself into a wildcard group if the wildcard group comes to pass.
Yeah. For Hero, this is of course not going to be easy. He is in a spot where he lost all the matches. He has no chance of advancing, not to Code S, not to a wildcard position. Terran is currently the race where he struggles the most. He lost against every single Terran player in this group. He lost even before the up and down matches most of the games that he played against Terran. Now he's up against the final Terran player. He's up against Keen, and Keen has shown great play. The match that Wolf pointed out earlier on Neoplanet S versus NST was a really good match for Keen, and if he can continue this spirit, I think Hero is not going to be a problem for him in his current condition.
I mean, Hero is one of those players who gets affected mentally a lot of the time when he's down in a group, and for him this match matters nothing. It only matters for NST. So, you know, obviously he's going to do this for pride. But if Keen really puts on the fire here, because it really matters for Keen, then he will get third place.
For Keen, it really does matter. I mean, this is, you want to get yourself the chance to actually compete in the wildcard group. You don't know exactly, is that really going to be the case? Will that pass? But if he does, for example, and you didn't give it your all in this group, and then suddenly you're looking at it as like, well, I could have actually just tried to get into Code S again, but...
It's like when you go to buy tickets for something, and there's no tickets available, and they ask you like, well, would you like to be put on a list where you can call you just in case someone cancels? Of course you're just going to say, yeah, why not? You don't know if you're going to get the ticket or not, but you might as well put yourself on the list, because who knows?
Exactly. That's exactly the case. So now we have for Keen his command center. We see him with the command center play here. No gas so far for the Terran player. Changing his MO here a little bit on Cloud Kingdom. And Hero with the scout is going to lose his probe, trying to nibble away some of the hit points of the Marine.
That probe did a lot of harassment. He damaged the supply depots a little bit, and then starts to hurt the Marine. Hero is going to send his Zealot over. He wants to confirm whether the command center has been made on the low ground or not. That's something his probe was not able to see.
Yeah. I feel sorry a little bit for Hero. He had really high hopes when he came into this group, and now he has to play in Code A next season. That's one for certain already. And he just struggles too much. I feel like this is a bit of the mental problem that EGTL seems to have these days in Wings of Liberty. I feel that for them it's actually going to be great to play in Heart of the Swarm. It's a clean slate.
Yeah, clean slate, different feeling. Very important. Zealot, Stalker pressure here is actually going to be quite devastating. There's no bunker set, and he did not fight with 3 of his Marines. He could actually do enough damage to kill 2 or 3 more of the Marines. Zealot is going to work on that wall, and SCV might have to come down. Because if he wants, he can now target the depot with his Stalker. He targets the SCV making the bunker, Zealot goes down, and the depot, he should be able to repair it, but that was close.
He should have actually attacked the depot with the Stalker.
I agree.
If you are that close to taking down the depot, then just kill it. It will potentially supply block your opponent. In this particular scenario, it wouldn't have made a difference.
It gives him entry into the base as well.
Exactly. You have entry into the base, you pressure your opponent, and it costs him at least 100 minerals. So that would have been worth it.
Yeah. Now Hero expects, because he has not seen the command center, potentially Hellion, so he's making a tight wall at his ramp where he can stick a Stalker in there so no Hellions can get by. And Hero is actually looking pretty good in this game so far. He has the Nexus going up. It's going to be active first. He's got good tech. He's defending against any possible aggression Keen is going to put out. He's also damaged Keen early on.
He's really already waiting for potential medivacs in his main base. He knows that one of the options that Keen has is going into gas early and then starting his tech, going into medivac drops. That's why the Stalkers are currently just in the main base, patrolling, trying to find if there is going to be a medivac. But Keen is just scouting. Once again with the SCV going in. Doesn't see too much here.
Yeah, but Hero saw a lot. He saw the command center, and his probe escaped! I can't believe Keen allowed that. Probe gets in, sees the command center and the Marines and the bunker building, and then walks away.
It's a ninja probe, Wolf.
Yeah, I guess so. Got an invisibility cloak, maybe.
No, it's not from Hogwarts. It's not a Hogwarts probe.
Where's he from?
I think it's a ninja probe.
Ninja probe?
Yeah.
Well, he's been trained in the arts of SCV, or rather, SCV, the arts of command center spot.
The arts of dodging.
Yeah, he's a dodger. Dodge those Marines. He just has this tendency of being, and those Marines just look at him and they're like, ah, it's just a probe. Why would we worry about him? Well, this is really cool pressure that we're seeing from Hero. He's going to force resources lost by repair.
He's trying, but the thing is, like, with the one bunker, you're always in a good spot as a Terran player. You need the bunker. This is the reason why. If you don't have it, and suddenly 4 Stalkers run in, even if it's only 2, then you are in trouble.
Yeah, and this is just a moment where Keen doesn't know what's on the other side. There could be a forward pylon with 4 gateway aggression coming out from Hero off to Nexi, and then he could be in dire straits, so he has to repair.
It's a big force here that we have for Keen, and Keen is the player who started these run-bys against Terrans. And they were usually just with 5 to 6 Marines, but it looks actually like he wants to put on a lot of aggression. He finds the probe that is there for Hero to the top left, and so now he can dodge it, and you also know that there are potentially no other scouts. And the Stalkers run right into the force.
This is just not Hero's day.
No, not at all. I mean, at least he knows what's coming, but he lost the Stalkers,
yeah,
and that's
this is like actually potentially game ending for him, because he has to make cannons. Force fields are going to deny him here, that's why that scan goes down, but he can just walk around the other side. Looks like he's going to go with rocks instead.
He actually does both.
Yeah.
That's where it gets scary, because this is something that Hero does not know.
Those cannons, I think, are going to put an end to this, but this is still Keen forces 300 resources to be spent on cannons.
And let's not forget that Keen is still in a good spot when it comes down to his economy.
Triple force fields. Stim goes down. He targets the sentries. I feel he should just run next to the rest of his army where the Zealots can't fight. That's exactly what he does.
He does. The rocks are dead, so he can go in, and that's exactly what he tries to do with the cannons. It's a little bit easier for Hero to hold here.
Good
he also has a Marauder, very important. An Immortal.
Well, not anymore, though.
He had one.
Good force fields here, and the cannons are really the lifeline of Hero now.
Yeah. Keen is...
That attack was really scary, it was really dangerous, but you know, with the cannons there and those good force fields from Hero, I think he should have just turned around.
In the beginning it didn't look too bad. Like, well, he has a Marauder. Which Marauder? Oh.
Yeah. You mean the Immortal again, right?
Yeah. I'm stuck with Marauders.
Yeah.
It's like Immortals, they are good against Marauders.
Yes.
And suddenly I'm talking about Marauders, I don't know.
It's the anti-Marauder.
Yeah, the anti-Marauder.
The anti-Roach.
That's what I was going for.
It's also fairly anti-Colossus in some situations.
Yeah.
Well, Hero is now... He was in this position after losing those Stalkers where he could have lost the entire game. But now he's on comfortable tech. He's getting his attack upgrade. He already has armor. He's getting his Twilight Council so he can get 2-2. He has some Colossi production. He only makes 1. He's going to be going to Templar from here.
Keen is the one who goes into the third base a lot faster, of course, as already pointed out. But we have Hero with the attempt to get his own third. The Marine is shutting this down, but Keen knows what's going on. So he's the one with a better economy in this game, and will get a lead. He's also the one who's just putting on the aggression the entire time, but Hero has a couple of observers on the map, 3 in total, that at least give him some information about what's going on. He sees those first few medivacs, and he will also know about the Vikings.
Yeah. Keen is just posturing in case Hero does something crazy like double Nexus, he can kill that, or if his army is out of position, he trying to make the Nexus, Keen could hit that as well. He wants to make sure his command center is done first, and that he maintains that economy advantage he wants to get out of this. Templar Archives is done, he starts +2 armor.
For Hero, this is about pride. He wants to save face here. He doesn't want to go down 0-4. Completely understandable. Trying to make this work with Storm now, Storm composition, but a massive, massive drop. And there is the diversion at the natural, trying to just put the units of Keen a little bit, of Hero a little bit more to the left, but the observer is there for Hero. He knows what's going on.
And that feedback could have killed on the medivacs.
Yeah, well done by Keen here. He sees scouts ahead and sees what's going on. That could have potentially put him into a spot where he can't win the game anymore.
Yeah. If he had lost those medivacs, he would have lost way too many units.
This is actually the first time that he saw the High Templars, which is why we now see a Ghost Academy being building for him.
Oh, another Hero Stalker gets killed. He's not a hero. He's just a Stalker that belongs to Hero.
Yeah. Not a Hero Stalker.
Exactly. It is a Hero Stalkers, but it's not.
Yeah, it's one of Hero Stalkers.
Exactly.
It was.
It was.
Isn't anymore.
Just like the Immortal.
Yeah.
Which is not a Marauder.
Exactly. Because it's good against Marauders.
Exactly. And it's also good against Roaches and sometimes Immortals.
Yeah.
Or
And Colossus.
And sometimes Colossi as well, yeah. That's what I meant to say. It's also sometimes good against Immortals, though.
Can't shoot air, though.
Exactly. It's also, you know, decent against Hydras in small numbers. Also Marines in low numbers, but never really against Zerglings.
Not even in slow numbers.
Yeah, not even in small numbers. Well, Keen has the faster third command center, and he is going to continue to use it. There's no reason for him to just pull his SUVs away and stop unless Hero does run-bys, which he has planned with that pylon. He needs to keep that probe alive, though he doesn't have high ground vision, and the Zealot's going to have to take the long way.
The pilot is already being spotted here,
Yeah.
so of course he sees the medivac, but this will just open up the... Yeah, it will open up another kill for Keen. Keen takes down the pylon immediately, and I think he gained more than he lost here.
Yeah, Keen gets a slight advantage. It's always funny because his drop is spotted, yeah, but he does damage, and Hero just loses a pylon that only lets him know a drop may be coming now.
Exactly, and the drop might still be coming, but now Keen knows for sure that Hero doesn't have a forward pylon to the left side of the map.
Hero is trying to go and catch this dropship, the Marauders at the very least, but his Zealots actually are going to get killed by the Marauders on the high ground. Everything that Hero does is just going wrong for him, I feel, in this game. You know, it's like he makes good decisions, and that's how he gets edges, but when it comes to luck and misfortune...
The Swap Prism damage here is great, though. These storms are epic. Very, very late reaction by Keen, losing quite a bit here. And Hero's position is not that bad. I mean, the guy is currently looking at Storm, and he also has Charge about to be completed.
Feedbacks on the Ghost, and it's another Storm. The Vikings, nice dodge there. Not quite getting the Zealot warp in.
Yeah, the Vikings are just too strong.
Imagine if he didn't warp the Zealots, and if he dropped the Storms first, then he wouldn't have gotten the attack alert. He might have even lost more there.
Range for the Colossi is now being researched, and Keen and Hero, both of them on 3 bases.
Uh-oh, our Hero's army is a little bit caught out of position, though, and even with Storms, I'm not sure if he has enough to deal. There's a Ghost in that medevac, and he hits the EMP!
Oh my god, that was a beautiful EMP. The Storms are not too bad, but he doesn't have a lot of them. The Colossus is already down. There's an attempted run-by to the top left, but a few units are already just waiting.
Yeah.
And Keen is about to be maxed out. He's still in pursuit of this army.
That run-by is the reason why Hero's army is not enough now to defend this base. He needs to get that high ground. He needs to get some Storms. That Storm does not hit a lot. It only hits a few Marauders, and here comes Keen. Second Storm is much better.
Yeah, the second Storm was really good. He has to be careful how he approaches this trap. There's also a flank coming in from Hero.
I just feel that flank is going to be a bit too late. He's already losing too many Zealots.
Here they come. The Zealots are on their way, and now he's going for the sandwich. Is it enough, though? The reinforcements for Keen are already on their way, and he is still in a supply lead. Hitting the stim button here, and the DPS is insane.
Hits another EMP on the Archon. Here come a few Storms. They're pre-dodged. Another EMP hits the Templar, and Keen should be able to wipe things up here now. Medevacs are too much energy. The damage output is too strong. He's trying to switch back into Colossi now. Hero, that is, but it's a bit too late with the Vikings coming in here as well.
Hero is trying, but this does not look good at all. He's losing way too much. He's down in supply. The units are running across the map for Keen. The base is still being pressured. Another EMP hits home. No shields for the Immortal anymore. The Colossus is already dead, and it looks like Hero is going to go 0-4 in this group.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's been a rough day for Team Liquid's Hero. Keen, on the other hand, though, will take third place in the group. A nice consolation for all the proxies he ended up having to face, even indirectly.
Nest-T will definitely be in Code A. Even if there's a wildcard group, he doesn't get another chance anymore, as Hero just cannot take this game. There is the third. It is destroyed. 3 bases for Keen.
He's going to drop on that Colossus and take it out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
He's considering it. He's like, ah.
Well, he can decide later. It doesn't really matter. Here we go. He's trying to take it down. The Colossus is gone, and so are Hero's hopes of
taking a single set.
Taking a single set and helping Nest-T out.
The last of Hero's run-bys are cleaned up in the middle of the map. Keen now has a crushing force he can send all together. Hero is about to have +2 armor. Keen is... Actually, that's +3 armor. Keen is at 2-1, and Hero is nearly at 3-2.
Yeah. the upgrades are definitely better for Hero, but Keen starts his own third set, and the economy is just the problem. Hero doesn't have mining going on in his main base anymore. At his natural, there are only a few mineral patches left, and without the third base, this is only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Keen has an 80 supply lead now, 60 supply actually.
Hero's hoping for Miracle Storms, I suppose, but it's... With all the ghosts on the map, he has 3 of them left. They still have energy. He can hit some EMPs, and even if he tries to storm it, Keen's army is so big that he just can't kill all of it.
The pylons go down everywhere on the map. We have a few scouts that are trying to find out if there are still forward pylons by Hero, just to make sure that the 4th base is not going to be attacked. He actually lifts the command center in the main base and claims his 4th now with it. Look at those medivacs. The number of medivacs alone is scary. It's 15.
He's bringing SCVs. I think that's supposed to go to his 4th, but...
I actually think he's going to use them to attack and block a little bit. He's looking at this, he's like, seriously, I don't want to drag this out for another like 10 minutes. I want to finish the game right now. Even though I take my 4th, I can just saturate the minerals with all the mules that I can potentially drop in.
Yeah, you're so right. The SCVs are going to tank damage. Probably just going to eat some storms. Good feedback. You can't feedback them all.
Yeah.
The Vikings are going to own the Colossi. 3rd base is cancelled.
Those feedbacks were crazy, though. He was covering the ghosts with the few SCVs that he had. That was actually ingenious. But the micro of Hero was really good. Just won't help him too much.
Good storm here, but he needs like 8 of those.
Yeah. And the base hasn't even been cancelled. He loses it, and now he loses the rest of the army. GG. Hero is 0-4 in the group. Keen saves himself the chance to go into a potential wildcard group by taking 3rd place today.
That was a really well played game by Keen. And, you know, Keen played really, really well in this group. It's a shame that he faced the build in the beginning, because he might be otherwise the one who is advancing straight to Code S.
Yeah, for an ST, it's also very similar. A lot of good games that we saw. He was the only one who took a game of Maru today. But yeah, in the end, 2 Terran players advance straight to Code S, and another Terran player has a chance to go into a potential wildcard group, which we still don't know if it will actually be held.
I think you guys will probably find out for sure either tonight or tomorrow.
I hope that by either tonight or then tomorrow in the group we now have a final decision on that. And yeah, for today we are done with our first group of up and downs. We still have another set of matches going on in I think about 3 hours. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Then we have our evening session. But of course, before we finish the broadcast, for now we have a quick look at today's results and a quick look at who advances and who will drop down to Code A.
Yeah, I think we will take a look at that as well. Maybe it's not quite ready for us, but there we go. I think it's going to pop up now. I'm feeling it. The music's coming. Oh, it came down like a projector screen.
Yep.
Fantasy, the 2nd Castle player ever to advance out of up and downs, will join Maru, 2 Terran players now in Code S.
And Hero as well as ST, they are already in Code A. Keen might be in Code A, might get another chance to advance to Code S in a wildcard group. That's something that we're going to find out either later on today or tomorrow.
I was just going to say, we have very few Pro players in Code S. Again, not another one advances. We only have 5, Creator being the 5th one to join the group.
Yep.
Very small distribution there.
A lot of Zergs and also quite a few Terrans here. But here is...
Here are the matches for tonight. At 6:10, which is in about 2 hours and 10 minutes, we will have Boong Boong, Avenge, Labyrinth, Crazy, Alive, and Noblesse.
You're actually right, it's 2 hours, it's not 10. Actually, yeah. 2 hour break for us, and of course also for you guys. Take a nap, whatever. We'll see you in 2 hours with the next set of matches here at the GSL Up and Downs. Later on the day, it's going to be Group D. See you in a few.